recording to be ready there. Okay, today is December 16th, 2021. This is SCD community meeting. Um, Thanks to everyone who attend. Let's start our meeting today. So as you can see, we have a couple of agenda on our shared doc. So Marek, do you want to start your first item?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. I'm Marek or Seratius. So, first topic I would want to discuss is the meeting recording. So, one of the things that I noticed, or like there was, I think, an email or was that currently the meeting recordings, or some of them at least, are still kept on the, let's say, Google Earth meeting, like, is part of the meeting recording. So those meeting, like those videos have some time to live, and some of them will be removed in January. So the solution for this usually is to create a shared drive or something owned by an organization or any place that we can agree on where to upload them. And to do that, so we just need to agree on the place and to do that. I think the first thing on first thing that usually is based on like my experience with Kubernetes is reaching out to CNCF, because they have some already done processes for this. So I just wanted to give an FYI and maybe ask, yeah, that I will be reaching, like, if no one does, I will be reaching out to make sure that those videos are uploaded, and possibly, and with that will come fixing some other, like, so as part of this, I would want to also fix some outdated links. If someone spots any outdated links or some video not working, let me know. I will be looking into making it sure that everyone can participate and see what is discussed on this meeting. Yeah, that's all from me. So, like, the action item is just to like, if no one knows, is just to send an email, like reach out to CNCF.
Yeah, sounds good. Go ahead.
Okay. Should I go into next topic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Let me switch to that tab.
Yeah. So I've recently sent an issue that proposes to cut next patch release for 3.5. Like, there's a multiple pretty important fixes that we definitely should make available for pretty early. So currently the proposed list of issues, we are just missing a couple of backports, and one thing we have identified one makes potentially serious issue. So we are investigating, but would be good to have more eyes to make sure that if this is serious as it first looks. So the serious one is marked by Piotr. So I think if someone can take a look at it, would be great. So we can make the fixes available for everyone.
Yeah, so if you have anything you want to get into the next release, please take a look. All right, I think, Marek, the next item is the plan for 3.6. It's still you. Let me open that tab. up for you here.
Yeah, so I also noticed that we just today went or slipped the originally planned release that was put on Milestone. I think that the Piotr was really eager to increase the cadence of releases, like having going from like one release per year or one per 2 years to maybe one half a year. So if we would do that, I think we should start thinking about this now as like we have opportunity, like last opportunity to catch up with Kubernetes, which just released 1.23. The next release I expect to be around April based on the previous releases. So I both proposed a like timeline for the next release, leaving around a month for each stage. So and go through all the previous stages. This almost aligns with the 3.5. The only thing was that between alpha and beta we had 3 months, but I think that was just not motivated by more work, just by some we just missed. So I think this plan is reasonable, and I currently propose 2 major features, or like 2 features that definitely should go in. I would not call them major or just those features. Though those looks like features that major features that we cannot not put into 3.6. One is the deprecation of V2 storage, or next step in deprecation. So this basically blocks and if we don't include it, it will postpone the next work, which I think is pretty important for the project health, to get like to clean up a lot of old code. And second one is finishing the work on downgrades. Downgrades, the core part is done. We just need more tests and more documentation. It's just we cannot like leave it half baked. So the main motivation here is just to make sure that it's we have a core that is well tested, and maybe we will still flag it behind some experimental flags, but it should not. But it like we should make sure that it is at least usable enough for people to start testing in their test environments and start using. Yeah, so would also love some feedback and any like adding and help with the release process. And I think that's all from me. Sorry for taking so long, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for all this work. That's a lot of things. Could you please also put those 2 release-related items in the SCD Dev Google group, so more people are informed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Vivek.
So I just wanted to give a quick heads up. So I think the last time I submitted the PR for the namespace Coda stuff, and so this time all I've done is, so I think the last time someone commented asking, can I break the PR up into parts, because it's a pretty big PR. So what I've done is I've tried to logically break it down so that it builds up over time, and at the end you get like the complete thing that I'm trying to push. So I hope it makes sense, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment. So that's pretty much all the update that I have.
Yeah, for anyone who is not familiar with the background, Vivek gave a very good presentation. I think last community meeting. It's my fault that I haven't uploaded to YouTube, but I will right after this meeting. We have a little ownership issue, so every time I have to ask Marek to give me the access to the video, and I forgot to request this time. But I will upload the full presentation of the namespace item to the YouTube, and I will put it here, and then you guys can look into that and also the implementation. Thank you very much, Vivek.
Thank you.
All right, next item, fuzzing of etcd from David.
Yeah, hey, I'm David, and I'm from a company called Ideologics, and we do some work together with CNCF, mainly focused around integrating continuous fuzzing into various important open source projects within the CNCF umbrella. And they have asked us to fuzz etcd by way of OSS-Fuzz. So OSS-Fuzz is this service run by Google, which is really just an repository on GitHub, which does kind of like continuous automated fuzzing of open source projects. And the main idea is to build a bunch of fuzzers that can run on the OSS-Fuzz platform. And we have in fact already integrated etcd into OSS-Fuzz a few months ago. And so it is running on OSS-Fuzz now. And we have also actually developed quite a few fuzzers for the project already. You can see the first link that I provide. It has kind of like, it's a CNCF repository with a bunch of different Go fuzzers. And these are all running on OSS-Fuzz, and we have just integrated those kind of like in the past few weeks. And I think what we could really need is a bunch of emails to maintainers for etcd that can receive bug reports. Because, well, the fuzzers are finding issues, and we would like to sort of like have them relayed into the maintainers. And there is already a single email to Piotrek, I think, yeah, on the project, and it would just be great to have more. And the whole idea here is that we will continue to write a bunch of fuzzers, so the whole code of etcd gets covered well. And then we're going to write up a small report similar to how you are sort of like familiar with some of these security audits. We will write kind of like a fuzzing audit report, which will just describe these are the sort of like automated testing procedures we have integrated in, and also the findings, obviously. And there is a link. So the first link that I put, this CNCF fuzzing repo, has a bunch of links to existing reports from other projects that have gotten fuzzing integrated into. Yeah, so if you go to the like main parts of the to like the README of the repository, the root of the repository, there's a bunch of documentation of things, and I think at the bottom there should be links to reports on it. And if not, I will put those up. But at least at the top there is a list of projects that have already been gone through this whole process, and I can put explicit links to the reports done. So that's essentially from us. I guess what I ask is, it would be great to have a bunch of emails we can put up to receive bug reports, and potentially also if someone is interested in doing more with here. We have spoken to Sadev. So Sadev was the one that asked us to join this meeting from IBM. But Sadev couldn't be here today. But anyways, we joined just to give you a little bit of an introduction.
Yeah, we have a etcd maintainers Google group. I can send an email there and see. I don't want to just stick to assign other maintainers here, but I'll send an email there. You guys are more than welcome to send an email there and see other than Peter, Sadev, who else are interested. And of course, if anyone else is interested, you can put your email here.
Yeah, sounds good. I think so. We can't put, just to clarify, we can't put group emails on the project YAML, but we can send an email there announcing it. Yeah.
Thank you very much for doing this.
Cheers.
So, quick question in terms of, we also will be interested in receiving some of this, but if you don't have an email on the list, is there a way to check what the report?
No, well, so there are like two types of reports put out. One is a detailed report with test case to reproduce the issues a given issue found with stack traces and all this kind of stuff. And then there is so like just an email that says, hey, there was a so like notification issue here, a small kind of like monorail bug report. And you can make the like very lightweight reports that essentially just say there is an issue. You can make them publicly available, and they will be publicly available after a 90-day disclosure period. But the detailed reports with reproducibility, so like with the input to reproduce the issues found, details and everything, you have to have an email there, and the email have to be linked to a Google account as well, because you will need to sign in by way of their authentication system.
Okay. I guess we would like maybe to contribute to some of the fixes potentially. The question is, I guess if we get the report, will the community then create like a issue that it's sort of somebody can get assigned to it, or
the usual approach is not to do that. Some teams do that. Some teams kind of like take the reports and convert it into GitHub issues. I think the Google team is looking to like do some migration, but that's not like a feature that is currently available. And the usual approach is to keep things at monorail between the maintainers to fix issue. That's not to say you could do it differently though.
Okay. Well, whatever is easier. I think I'm just saying that we'd like to contribute, and I can put my email, or it's going to be a Google email. But if you prefer to kind of handle it within somehow differently, it's also fine. Just sort of saying that we'd like to contribute to some of the fixes.
Okay, wonderful. That's perfect. So in general, we don't really have a big bias as to who will get on. I guess it's more the owners of the repository should kind of like be content with who's on. I think that's kind of like the main decider there. And we can put on an arbitrary number of emails as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, David, do you have an email address that you could share? So when I send out email, I can CC you.
Yeah, typing it in there now.
Thank you.
And out of curiosity, what's the reason to not allow the private Google groups, such that like all up-to-date maintainers of the project are not notified? Like, I assume the reason is not to publish it publicly, to not open the attacks vectors from others, but
I think it is perhaps more of a just it hasn't been developed into OSS yet type of thing. I don't necessarily think it's a like political issue in that sense.
But like, if this is a make group, then from sender perspective, it shouldn't matter whether this is.
Oh, okay. From that perspective, we can put it on. So we can put the email on, no problem. And I'm actually not sure if you will receive the notifications. We can put it on, and we will see how it tries. I think there has been some discussions on OSS first about mail groups, but we can put it on, and then we can see if notifications will happen.
Okay, thank you.
Please.
So probably the maintainers group as an attempt would be the best with some.
So I can put this one on etcd-maintainers at googlegroups.com. I can try and put it on right after this and then see what happens. But also please do send your like personal emails.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just if it's a group email, they might not get the notification as of now. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, should I expect to receive already some reports, or there was nothing found so far? So just checking whether I ignored them, or
I think you may have missed some.
Okay.
Adam, can you confirm?
Yes, that's correct. There are a couple of reproducible issues that need to be checked.
All right, thank you.
Could you put here what source of the what's the sender for the emails in the docs notes?
Yeah, I can put it in afterwards.
All right.
We can also send over the 2 issues to you with links or something. If you just send David an email, he can send those over if in case you would like that as well.
So the sender of the email is like monorail. It's at chromium.org. That's the like postfix, and the beginning is monorail plus and then a version at chromium.org. Sorry, chromium.org. That's the email.
Yeah, it probably got filtered, so it'll be easier to know who is the sender. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right. Next item, Ita. I'm sorry, did I see your name correctly?
Yes, yes, you did. Hi,
Yeah.
so I'm new to EKS HCD team. Happy to be part of this community. So we are trying to solve the OOMs that HCD hits. And while investigating solutions, we had 3 questions specifically. One is swap, enabling swap. Is anybody running HCD with swap enabled, or is there any community guidance on that? I'll just state the questions and we can go over them. So the first one we wanted to bring up is swap. The second is there is a memory throttle feature we see from C groups. So we wanted to see if people are running with that and what's the experience like. And then we see that there were 2 proposals on QoS, one from Tencent, one from Vivek here. So we wanted to see if any of that is active. We have thoughts around that, specifically put back pressure directly based on memory pressure and things like that. So we wanted to sync up on that and get started, I guess.
For the
I think I can
swap,
speak about. Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. I can talk after you.
Okay, so I was just going to talk about the rate limiting feature that we had written, or the QoS. We use it in a few places here. Essentially, the idea is to just have a defensive mechanism to rate limit if something goes wrong with, I mean, not something goes wrong, but it's just far too many requests for it to handle. So we use it in a few places here, and it's worked out fine. You just have to talk to the Kubernetes team and kind of let them know, like, hey, we have something like this in place, and these kind of issues are gonna hit if you kind of cross the limit. So we've been working with it for a while now. It's been baking well, and we haven't seen problems, but we at least address the issue of ooming. We don't oom anymore that much, at least not specifically to that issue. So it's been working for us so far. So you can consider kind of looking at it if you want. And if you need any more information, just we can just talk about it then.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. We'll definitely follow up. Anybody using HCD with swap enabled?
So, like my observations from performance of HCD with remote memory, like swap or any forms of like slow access to the memory, like shows that the bottom, the problem originates with performance from the page size used in Bbold. So the pages are small, like 4 kilobytes, and the access is pretty random. So I think improvements for working in such condition would require like investing in the Bbold layer in form of building and testing support for bigger pages and some form of prefetching, because currently like there is lookups 1 by 1 to each 4 kilobyte page, and it's slowing pretty significantly. So I think it would be very good improvement to etcd to look into combination of big pages and prefetching in Bbold.
I see. So I have my teammates online, Michael, Zhao, and Yifeng, and we have noticed that there is the memory lock feature coming in. So it looks like there has been some thought about enabling swap. Is that understanding correct?
So I think this goes in the other direction. Like the observation was that actually if the memory is swapped for some reason, then it hits performance pretty badly. So mlock is a form to avoid swapping these pages. But if we had support for bigger pages, then probably swapping would be promising technique.
Okay. Thanks so much for sharing that. Zhao or Michael, you guys want to add anything before we go to C groups?
I have a quick question. So are you seeing these issues on the range requests? Is that right? Is that what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, also make sure that the limits are set on the cube side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that comment. That's it.
Okay. Thank you for that. C groups. So we noticed that there is a new memory throttle feature being introduced. I should have shared the link, but I look it up, but I hope folks are familiar with that. We wanted to see if anybody's using that. I believe it came from Tencent. Let me just quickly look it up. This one. Has anybody tried it, and how's the experience been like? Okay.
Yeah, this is probably just a small group of people from SED
Right.
community. Another thing you could try is to ask in this, let me paste the Google group and see if there are more people who could answer your question. And also, have you tried it? Do you have any issue? Okay,
No.
if you have any issue, you can put in SED issue. Otherwise, I guess ask in the SED dev Google group could be another option.
Okay. All right. And the last item was QoS, which Vivek commented on. The Tencent proposal, does anyone know if that one is being actively developed or any activity there?
Do you have a link to it?
Yeah, let me share that. Sorry about that. That is the Tencent proposal.
Oh, wait, neither. Where did it open to? Here. That's Vivek's item, right?
Let me see. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Vivek, you probably want to put like an author there.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And the second one is this.
Okay. Yeah. Updated, started March. And Peter, have seen it? Looks like. Peter, do you remember?
Yeah, I thought it was the first version of Vivek Docs, but to be honest, I don't remember. Like, if not, then
Doesn't have any link, huh? Here, oh, there is an issue link, there is a PR link. Let's see. It's closed. Wait. That link. Another proposal. Okay, that's Vivek again. I don't know if Vivek, do you know if they have any progress? Or is Vivek already? Yeah, Vivek is not here anymore. I don't know, but I guess we could try to ping Town.
Okay. I'll drop a note on the group. So whichever is the community proposal, we could potentially contribute towards that. That's why we wanna get connected and learn about what's being worked on actively.
Okay.
I think the rate limit. Okay, we can comment on the. I think he's back.
Sorry about that. I missed a part of the meeting. I just lost my connection.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was just asking, do you know this, if there is any progress on this proposal? I saw you commented on this one, so I don't know. And there.
So I don't exactly remember then, but we made a few changes internally since this wasn't being pursued actively. So we made patches to this internally and constantly kind of updated. So I can update the documentation to wherever it is right now, so that everyone in the community can kind of go through it, if that makes sense, if that really helps. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it sounds like the Tencent one doesn't have any latest. Wait, edit. I'm a little confused. So you are also contributing to this one, or yours is a different one, right?
Yeah. So eventually, what ended up happening is since we wanted to kind of just get one design, just added or updated my stuff in this doc, and I haven't updated that doc completely, but I can just work on either of them and kind of bring it up to speed of wherever the feature looks or is right now. So if that helps.
So we really could just follow whatever you were doing, right?
Okay. So I'll just I'll send the link out again. I'll just update the Google Doc, and then I'll just update that documentation as well, just so that it's up to date with whatever the feature parity looks like.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Yep, that's all we had.
Looks like you have a rent request memory usage optimization that was added.
Yeah, sorry, it's added by me. Yeah, I'm on the same AWS team with Gita. It's added. I just bring up here just to get more attention. I'm trying to. I didn't get enough response from the community. I'm trying to optimize the memory management on when we have intensive range requests, which generally leads to So just some quick introduction. So we can see two parts of the memory usage when we have range requests. One is from the gRPC encoding part, which is unique for every request. But the other part is memory allocation from the BoardDB part, which could be reused. So and could potentially save around 50% of the memory usage. So in ideal case, if you hit like a list pause for all the at the same time, those requests, those unmarshalling operations from the BOTP part could be reused. So I'm just trying to see whether the community has some suggestions or comments. That's we're welcome to comment on this idea. I'm not sure whether it's a good idea to bring up here, but I just want to get more attention. That's one direction we might go from our AWS team side.
Yeah, actually, so yeah, from my side, I actually took a look at this one. So yeah, I'm still because I was a little bit with some other stuff, and also I'm reviewing another the pull request regarding this one. I'm not I didn't take a look at the detail yet, but yeah, since I thought it was like no update yet, so yeah, since you bring it up, then later I will spend some time and take a look at like the more details, and then I will probably put more comments there.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Yifeng.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else from the meeting? That's all we have in our schedule, our agenda.
So I just want to bring up one more for this memory and range requests. Maybe it's worth looking in. There was a proposal a while back to do symlinks in etcd. I don't have the link, but I can find it. But the idea is maybe that this sometimes this expensive ranges happens because Kubernetes will basically query for all the pods, and then it will then go through the list and filter. Let's say it like looks for pods that have a certain property, right? So it doesn't really need the full list. It just fetches it because there is no indexing or symlinks. So it's I think it's much harder to implement, but that's a possibility, and will also require changes on the Kubernetes. But yeah, just want to mention that.
Yeah, if you could add the link whenever
I'll find
it, it'll be great. Thank you. Yeah, if nothing else, that's it for today. I guess that's the last meeting of 2021. So I'll see you guys all next year. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Bye.
So yeah, thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
See you guys. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
So Constance had a fight with you on the paper?
No.
No, Constance had a fight with you on this paper. Yes. So he put his name here, right? You put your name here, right? He crossed out and put his name again. So he think he could work in two spots.
Yes, I see it. I don't know why.
I'm gonna put your name back there, okay? Maybe let's go outside. Yeah. I don't know. Let me take this back off. Yeah. I'm gonna just put whatever's here in ink. I mean, you don't want to. Hold on.
I cannot stay with that girl myself. I cannot. She gonna hit me like. Wow. That girl behave like a man. Yes. Wow. Guys, I cannot. I say I cannot. If they give it for free, I can say no. If for free, like it's free. No, I cannot. Aish. For free, I say no. Please. Kai. Yes. Wow. I cannot. Yes. For free.
They put little pine salt in there, water.
The
pine salt.
The bouncer. No.
I will tell you for wipe floor. Ebony tell you for wipe the floor. I know, man. Yeah, Keisha, you're right. Ebony tell him, say, do something. Hey, my laugh.
Someone just call you. Yeah. See. Yeah. Sunday morning. Okay. You working Sunday morning? You working? Oh, how are you speaking the spirit of God? Yeah, I'll come.
You make me know you. Everybody come and say, do something, Gabe, because you don't do this off of your own. Right, Constance? My Jaco, my ask him, I say, everybody tell you, because I couldn't believe when I come back, I see the house a while, Gabe. Yo, if you do that for your own, I say you's a change man. No, but then you just make me right. I know everybody wants us up and say, Gabe, do something. Wipe the floor. And it just, that should be my one thing. Only constant in back constant, but it's not back constant. Just laugh and smile. No, let me go make it.